Hey guys, Brandon here. So I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos, and there are so many videos out there about empowering black people and bettering the African American experiences. However, all these videos are listing are the problems. There are no solutions. And one of the biggest solutions to answer our problems is to march when something happens to us. But what are things like marching really accomplishing? Right? The thing that we need to do is to better the thing that we need to do in order to better ourselves and our experiences, I personally believe, is that we need to rebuild Black Wall Street. Now, a lot of us do not know what Black Wall Street is or what Black Wall Street was. Black Wall Street was a thriving black community in Oklahoma. It was doing so well. It was very rich, and during a declining American economy, Black Wall Street was thriving. And because of this, white racist America got jealous and they burned it to the ground, completely destroyed it. And now, up until this day, we haven't rebuilt it. And why is that? The reason why is that we do not know. We have great we have great community organizers who have done a lot for the community. But what we now need are more financial leaders. And I personally believe that once black people understand the power of ownership and what ownership really means, it will change the dynamic for us and our future generation. So what I'm going to do is list a few things that we can do to not only A, rebuild Black Wall Street, but A, also change our situation and make us fulfill our potentials. So number one, we need to stop spending money. The American economy, right, is basically built on black dollars. Black people make up 13.4% of the American economy, yet we spend almost $2 trillion a year. Now, think about that. If we stop spending, this economy will suffer. So we need to learn that mentality that we have spending power, but we do not have ownership power. Now, in order to transition to ownership power, what we need to do is start hoarding cash. We have to hoard our cash. Yes, I know we love to look good as black people. And this just goes for anybody. We love to look good. We like nice things. But while we having temporary satisfaction and sacrificing a long-term gain, right? We have to hoard that cash. Stop supporting businesses that do not support us. And that's one of the biggest issues. We keep giving money to these businesses that are not for us, that are not going to better us. I love a nice Gucci outfit, but always buying Gucci isn't going to do any good for you. The next thing I think we should get into the habit of doing is creating a loan lending system, an interest-bearing loan lending system, aka a bank. Now, we all hear that there are all these black-owned banks out there, but I used to work for one of those banks. They're not black-owned, right? They're publicly traded companies that are owned by other banks. That's really how the banking system works. The reason why Black Wall Street was so powerful is because it had a loan lending system, which was the church. A church started as a bank where people pooled their money together. That hoarded cash, they pooled it together. People borrowed, invested, and paying interest back to that bank that was not owned by the American government. That's what a black bank is. All these black banks talk about, oh, they're so proud because they're able to put 73 cents of every dollar back into the community. But when you really look at it, right, what is the community? Why is the black community around them being gentrified? Those banks aren't supporting the community because they're not owned by the people. So we need to create a system that we borrow from and keep building onto. The next thing that we need to do is own currency. Now, there's a difference between money and currency. Money is that piece of paper that the government prints that has no incremental value. It's a means of exchange. You give it to someone, they give you something, that's all money is. Currency can never be devalued. Currency is something that will be around for the test of time. Currency is what wealthy people have. Currency are things like the land, the real estate, agriculture. Currency is gas, oil, gold, silver. For example, gold and silver, they are preservers. So when the American dollar drops, you can actually give gold coins or gold bullions, and it holds the value of whatever that dollar is. An ounce of gold is traded for X amount of dollars. We have to learn to buy currencies and own currency. Like, for example, you look in certain communities, for example, the Jewish community, they own so much real estate. And what they do with all that real estate within them, that money is circulating among them. On average, that same money goes around 15 to 17 times, I think, before it leaves the Jewish community. So that's the power of currency. It causes money to be in circulation. The next thing that we need to do is have protection, right? I believe that we as black people should own guns. The Black Panther Party, which is tainted as this negative thing in modern history, was actually a protection agency for our company. They protected us from police brutality. Now, a lot of black people can't own guns. We need to have a protection source, because the outside sources are not protecting us. And then the next thing that we need to do is duplicate that. Now, when I say duplication, remember, wealth is a state of mind. If you look at the billionaires today, like your Mark Zuckerberg, it's the guy from Amazon, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, okay, guys like that who created wealth within their lifetime, that's a rarity. Most people who amass that amount of wealth is generational. So for example, say grandpa died, left $100,000. Jimmy took it, turned it into $1 million. Jimmy passed on that $1 million. That's how wealth is created, right? So we have to duplicate it. Now, I say this a lot to a lot of my friends, and they say stuff like, Brandon, that's not going to work. You know, black people are not on the same page. But that's that defeated mentality that keeps setting us back. Now, if we understand that we don't need everyone to change the world, our world will change. All we need to do is start with ourselves. And I personally don't teach anybody to do anything that I'm not doing. I'm hoarding cash. I am building my own portfolio. I buy up a lot of currency, and I may not have children, but I pass my mind on to someone like my little brother so that he can influence his area, his peers. And that's how we're going to build. That's how we are going to own. That's how we're going to be part of the potential that God put us on this planet to be. So guys, that's all I had to say today. I love you all, and take care. Bye-bye.